Blessings, beautiful people. I hope you guys are having a phenomenal day. I hope all is well. I'm gonna get a little comfortable. Listen, how y'all doing? Y'all doing well? I listen. I'm so excited to come on to hit y'all with this word. God has been so good, and I just want to share so quick life update on the goodness of God. And so, some people knew and they may not know my story, and so I want to share that, and it'll go into the life update. And so I moved to Texas about, it's been about 12 years now. No, 11. It'll be 12. It's been 11 years since I moved to San Antonio. I moved, I graduated college, got into a relationship, was in a relationship and moved. It didn't work out. And so I moved from there to San Antonio, Texas. And then moving to San Antonio, Texas, literally had to start all over. Like, literally came here with nothing, no car, just the clothes. The clothes I had, no car, no nothing. And I was, to be honest, I was broken. Not just from the relationship, but the relationship was a magnifying glass for all the brokenness that was in my heart that God wanted to heal. And so I began to go on a journey of healing. The relationship didn't work out. I'm in Texas. I lived with my aunt and uncle, and I lived with them and their children, and just went through a journey of healing. I remember God telling me, I would cry out to him like, God, just help me to get through, help me to heal, help me to overcome. And he told me one day, I'm going to teach you how to be a woman. And then later on, he told me he would teach me how to be a wife. And in my mind, when he told me I'm going to teach you how to be a woman, I'm like, well, God, I'm technically, not technically, I am. I'm a woman. Like, I should know how to, no, I'm going to teach you how to be. And he just took me on a journey of teaching me how to respect myself, how to respect others, how to respect men, how to respect family, how to, just to be a better person. I had all this daddy issues, all these things, abandonment things, because of my relationship with my father. And God came in and was a father to me. Scripture says he'll be a father to the fatherless. I had my father, but in my life, I won't say that I didn't have him at all. But I think it's important that as men, be there for your children. I think all children, but I won't say girls, but it's important that women have men, and young girls have men to look up to, a father to look up to lead them and guide them. And so I had my uncle. My uncle has been a father figure in my life since I was born. And so moving here with him, it was a journey, but helped in so many ways. And so, and I know I'm kind of fast forwarding because, yeah. So moved here. The first, I want to say, few years, God began to take me on the healing journey throughout the whole time, but teaching me how to be a woman and then a wife. And in doing that, I had never seen healthy marriage. I had never seen marriage really before until I came here. I mean, I saw my aunt and my uncle, but living with them was a different perspective. And so through their marriage, God used that to show me what a good, and everybody's marriage is different, but he gave me the blueprint through them. And so living with them, God just really, I just saw the favor and hand of God in so many things. I grew in fellowship and relationship with him, grew to hear his voice, grew to acknowledge him. I bought a car living there, bought a couple of cars actually. And God helped me throughout those processes because I had a relationship with him. And just so many things. Got favor at work. I was, when I first got there, I was feeling myself a little bit because I felt like I graduated college, that in graduating college, I should have a job making like 80,000, 100,000. Like, and if you saw some of my previous videos, I talk about it. I was feeling myself. And so it was a humbling experience, when I worked at Panera Bread, and then and no knock to Panera Bread, but when your mindset is you supposed to be making 80,000 coming out of college and you just like working at the register, this ain't what I envisioned. And so, but God. And so, boom, I started at a bank, at a local bank here at not a local, it's nationwide, global bank here at San Antonio, in Texas. And God just blessed me. God blessed me exceedingly. For, I want to say, the first 6 years, I was promoted every year. And that goes to the goodness of God, how God was just faithful, man. He would tell me salaries I would make. And the crazy thing is, that I wouldn't get it off the back. I was like, dang, God, you said this amount. And then somehow, like, it will work out like, oh, we're doing a market evaluation and you should be making this. And it would be the number that God gave me. And so just over the years, just seeing the hand of God. And then after I got to a certain point, promotions started coming like every 2.5 years. And just, again, the favor of God, God blessing me to be debt free, and just really, well, debt free, like from all other bills besides my student loans. Pray for your girl in the student loans. And so, God began to, really just continue to shape me and mold me into the woman he called and created me to be. And so, I'm living with my aunt and uncle, and this is like, we like year 10. And at this point, I'm like, I feel like I'm ready to go. And then, the market and, was getting expensive. And I think there was like a level of fear of being on my own. And then also like, man, when you live with somebody, you pay rent, but you don't pay as much rent as it is when it's just you, if I'm just being honest. And then also the fear of being lonely, those things. And so, I want to say in 2022, I began going to therapy, and I really felt like the Lord put it in my heart that it was time, that it was time to move out. It was time to get your own place. And so I'm like, okay, Lord. And then I felt that, and then nothing happened. As far as I'm like, okay, Lord, finances, like, how I am, like, I don't want no debt. And so God made a way for me to get the job that I have now. And it's been a blessing. And then in September, so I started this job, I want to say January of 2022, September of this year, the Lord made a way for me to be blessed and to be promoted. I think I did a video talking about how it's important to like believe God. In the video, I'm talking about something about believe God. I was telling my boss in the process of promotion, he kept telling me like, it's going to come. Or no, he would say, they're not really promoting right now, this and that. But I felt in my heart the Lord saying, listen, tell him, do your part and the Lord will do the rest. And so that was my reply to him in every situation. He would say something, do your part and the Lord will do the rest. And the Lord began to get on me about, all right, let it go. Don't bring it up anymore. And so I stopped bringing it up. I'm like, you know what? God's will be done. I'm still blessed. I'm still favored. I'm got it. He's still making a way. And so September, I get a call and my boss is like, hey, something about coming, I need you to log on and do some work. And I'm like joking, like, yeah, it's after 5. I'm not logging in. I would have done it, but he goes, okay, but as of Sunday, you have been promoted to lead and this and that. And I'm like, God did his part. And he bust out laughing, and it just a testament of the goodness of God. How God will make a way for you. And I believe as I'm sitting here, I'm like, Lord, what you got me doing this video? I believe that it's a blessing to somebody. It's going to be a blessing to somebody. Somebody may be in a season where it just seems like they're overlooked, but understand that it's a process, that you don't get to the end result without going through the process of getting through it. So everything from the point of me moving to Texas, was the process, was the journey to get here. And I'm still on a journey. I'm on a journey to the next season of my life that God has for me. But this is the starting point. And so, boom, I got the promotion. I got the promotion when I was here. We need to go back because I didn't fast forward. So I made a decision. I'm going to move. I'm going to move June. I'm going to move the end of June. And something came up to the point where I can't remember, but something came up where I didn't move. And I'm like, okay, maybe July. I'll move in July. And so my mom, I'm going to therapy and I'm talking to my therapist. And she was more so like, stop saying that you're gonna do, or that you think you can. You need to believe that you can. You can do this. And so I'm like, okay. And so I didn't feel that nudge of God anymore to move, but I'm like, Lord, I feel like I have peace. And I began to pray, and I really felt like things were shifting. And so I'm like, just going like, oh, well, I'll find a place. Something to open the door. Something to happen. And my mom said to me, you ain't said nothing about the place. What's going on? So I had a place in mind that I wanted to go into, and they went up. The place went up, and I'm like, oh, well, this must mean that I need to stay. I need to stay. And so Mom like, is that the only place? It got to be other places. And I'm like, yeah, but that's the one I want. And so this place I had looked at, I want to say maybe a year ago, and I loved it, but the price was too outrageous. It was way more than I thought. And I said way more than I wanted to pay. And so it was nowhere in my mind. Like, I wasn't even thinking about this place because I knew it was out of my price range. Your girl has a budget, and I like to stay on my budget. And so I'm like, okay, that's a good point. Let me look. So I look, lo and behold, this place was available. And I'm like, I'm going to call them tomorrow. So I called, and this is like August. I called, and I'm like, hey, I see this price online. I'm thinking it's a bait and switch. You going to give me the call and then switch it and throw all these fees on it. Well, it wasn't. It was in my price range. And in fact, it was less than what I thought. And so I said, okay, put in an application. And so I put in an application, got it. And I went to therapy, and I was telling her, I'm like, I'm moving literally Friday. And she was like, oh my, like, you're serious? I was like, I just had to make a decision to do it. And she asked me, like, okay, it doesn't seem like you have any financial fears, but what are your fears? I said, well, what if I'm alone? And what if I feel alone? And she says, know that you didn't make the wrong decision. And I want to say that to somebody, because I'm sure somebody's watching who may feel like they're in a valley of a decision, or they've made a decision and it seems like hard. Know that you didn't make the wrong decision. God is with you. I have been nothing but blessed. We were sitting on the couch of my new place, and I didn't come on this to boast, to go, oh, I got this and show y'all this. I don't like showing off and showing things on social media, because, like, no knock to those who do, but it's just, I like my stuff personal. But I really felt like the Lord wanted me to share this story. The Lord had me write my aunt and uncle a letter, just giving them honor in leaving, because I didn't know about marriage. I didn't know about how to be a good wife. And the Lord said, I'm going to teach you. And He used these beautiful people to bless me in a way and show me how a husband should be, how a husband should love. Now, I'm not saying that my husband is going to be like my uncle, but from the standpoint of how a husband should love his wife, I saw that. Honor his wife, and how a wife should honor her husband and love her husband, and care for her family, and how he cared for his family. Being able to see that was a privilege. And I feel like this new season for me, God is showing me that is me and you. Like, I literally putting things together, me and him. Like, I got a day bed and a desk in my office, and I had to put it together, and I felt good about it because it was just me and God. And I'm like, well, Holy Spirit, help me put this together. I acknowledge him, and he helped me. Now the desk, I waited till as I'm putting it together, I put it together wrong and then had to take it back apart. But it was fun. It was fun to see that I can do this. I can do this. Have no fear that you may get lonely, but you're not alone. You may feel, and I will say it's been 2 months, or it's going on 2 months, and I have no regrets. I'm grateful for this new season of my life and how the Lord has just been blessing me and blessing me. He was talking to me about doing a budget before I moved, and so I did a budget, and somehow I got more than enough. And I'm just like, I wrote this, I budgeted this. How was this? Like, Lord, you just good. And so when you can be faithful over a few things, so many people told me, listen, it's time for you to move. It's time for you to, you this old, you need to move. But the Lord was telling me it wasn't time. And so it's important that you listen to the voice of the Lord, and he'll tell you when it's time, no matter what people say, no matter what they think. Oh, you've been this. I didn't care what people thought. I care about pleasing my Father. And I believe that I have peace now, and I don't feel alone now because I obeyed what he said. I didn't leave too soon. I didn't leave too late. I left right on time. And so because God is right on time, he'll lead you right on time. And so I hope this blessed someone. I know I was a little everywhere with the story, but if you're in a season of you just, you don't know what God is doing, it just seems like you're going backwards. When I left the place I was in before I came here, man, I felt like I was going, like, man, I didn't have anything. Like, I got to start all over. I got to do all these things. But I look back now and I see how that was necessary because it was getting me to this place where God would have me. And so it may seem like you're going backwards, but maybe God is taking you backwards to bring you forward, to bring you to the place where he would have you. Listen, I hope this blessed you. I love God. Keep me in prayers. I can't wait to put more content out and just share what God is doing in my life and what's going on with me. I pray it blesses you. Be blessed, people. I love you. Most importantly, Jesus Christ loves you. Have a great day, guys. Bye.